Guys, I need y'all to pay very close attention to what we're going to be talking about today, because there's something kind of strange happening out there in the dating world right now that most of y'all guys don't even know about, and that's what we're going to be talking about and discussing today on the show. Women are paying elite matchmakers, and in some stat I saw, up to around $150,000 to find them a good man. Not a celebrity. This is not some fantasy man in a private jet, in a mansion, or anything like that. It's a good man, a stable man who knows who he is. And what I'm saying to you guys, you just got to ask yourself something. Where did all the good men go? Where did the good men go that wanted to build the perfect lifestyle and things like that for a woman? And that's kind of like what we're going to be talking about today on the show. And for some reason, what happened is that I know a lot of y'all guys got tired of being used, feel like you're being used for your attention, your time, validation, free dates, emotional support, and actually backup plans. And I know a lot of y'all guys got tired of showing up, trying to be real with women when they're sitting around bullshitting and playing games. So a lot of guys just stopped showing up. They went quiet. They got off the dating apps and they stopped chasing women who used to give them mixed signals, which is, I think, is a good job. I think y'all doing a good job, gentlemen. They stopped begging to be chosen. You know, a lot of y'all guys are starting to learn this, and women are starting to wake up. Not wake up in a good way, but wake up and realize their value is not as good as they thought it would be. And nobody wants to say this out loud, but if you are a man who is quietly building yourself, if you're learning the game and staying in your lane, and you're sitting here, you know, doing all the things that you normally do, I'm proud of you guys. Y'all are working, y'all are grinding, you're doing what you gotta do, you're paying your bills. Hopefully you paid your taxes, that's already over with, but at the end of the day, you refuse to chase women who don't respect you, and this is for you. This is the video for you guys right here. Because what people don't know is that the market is shifting. Everything is making a huge shift, gentlemen. And I need you to listen to me very carefully, because this is the thing that I need you guys to learn how to take advantage of it, okay? Because there are going to be women that's going to go away, and then there's going to be women that's going to come back. But the moment that she starts to come back, what do? The moment she starts liking your stories again, the moment she acts like she suddenly sees your value, this is where a lot of guys unfortunately begin to fold at this point. And that's why a lot of these guys, they forget everything that they have learned. They forget everything. They forget the pain. They forget the disrespect. They forget all the BS that they went through and everything. They forget the disrespect. They forgot how long it took them to actually rebuild themselves after she asked for space, after she broke up with you, after she said she met somebody else. And they never learned how to handle a woman returning, okay? And a lot of guys, when they meet a woman who comes back, I get it, man. Dog, look, your part of you is that there's this empty gap in you. It says, I need her to fill in that hole, that there's a part inside of me. I need her to fill that hole. And when she comes back, I know, guys, it feels good for you guys. But what you do in that moment is that you unfortunately hand your power back to you. And this is why I need you guys to stay with me on this one, so y'all can understand and learn the game correctly. Because if y'all are not soaking this up and learn the game correctly, y'all are going to have a lot of problems, and y'all are going to fail in a lot of things when it comes to women. And at the end of this thing, you're going to understand why women are begging men to start dating again, and why some women come back after dismissing you. Exactly what you need to do so you don't lose yourself when she comes back to you and when she returns to you. This is very, very important for all you young men to learn, because I want to do everything I can to actually put you young men in a prime and winning position. A prime and winning position. And if you can put yourself in that prime winning position, you don't have to worry about anything that I'm saying to you, because it's a whole different ball game, gentlemen. It actually is. And like I said before, I'm not doing this to upset any of you guys. I'm not here to make you bitter. I'm really trying to do this, guys, to really give you all this game to make you a little sharper than what you are right now, because a lot of y'all guys are just not sharp in this game to understand where I'm coming from. And the thing that people don't understand about the game, a lot of bitter men are always going to react to their wounds and everything, but when you're sharp in the game, you respond to the wisdom. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why women are begging men to actually start dating again, and why some women come back after dismissing you, exactly what you need to do in this process. And the second that she comes back, and the moment she kind of returns back to you, excuse my allergies, man, God, my allergies are killing me. So what happens is dating apps kind of burned everybody out. Like I've always told you, a lot of people don't understand we're still operating off of the same old system of, you meet a woman, you got to sit around and try to kiss her ass and all this other stuff. And a lot of women have had endless options on their screen, but the endless options did not turn into what you can consider as a real connection. You know, a swipe, yes, gave attention, it gave messages, and it gave temporary excitement, but it didn't give them the kind of man who would actually stand 10 toes down and actually build something real. Years of swiping, gentlemen, created something that I keep trying to tell you guys. If we're looking at how systems are working, this swiping created something bad. This swiping created a lot of hookups, a lot of free meals, a lot of free dates, a lot of boring chit chat. It created half and basic things that are not going to turn women on. And at the end of the day, it actually created a lot of disappointment. And while all this stuff was happening, guys, a lot of y'all guys who were solid, okay? Y'all started checking out quietly. No announcement, no speeches, no emotional pour. Y'all just left the game. A lot of y'all just got tired of the game. And see, men are not always loud when they're done. Sometimes a man gets tired and just redirects and moves somewhere else. And he just starts working on his mentality and moving on and not wasting his time, because he starts to realize that who he is, you know what, I need to keep learning myself, get in a relationship with myself. Because I did post I posted a YouTube short about a woman that has vision, not a woman chasing attention. I posted that on a YouTube short just the other day. And you know, once a man begins to taste who he is as a man, everything begins to change at that point. They're just so used to getting around women who play games and beat around the bush. And men, they just haven't learned anything. They just learned that, okay, I like her, I'll chase her, talk to her, and try my hardest, and then she's just gonna throw me away to the side. And this is where it gets real, because a lot of women held themselves out, tried to hold their ass, those titties out for top men, while dismissing the guys who were stable, who were loyal, and who were serious. And these guys, what made these guys so cool is that they never decided to settle. So what happened was women got mad at the real men, because the real men said, look, I'm not running behind you like that. I'm trying to get you. You need to get me. And you know what women started doing? They say, you know what? I don't have to get you at all. I'll go find this guy over here, and then get disappointed, and then scratch your head crying and eating bonbons and chocolate cake, wondering, why can't I find a real man and all that other stuff? But this is exactly what I'm talking about. And this is why this is a beautiful thing for a lot of you young men out here, because at the end of the day, when the standards turn into fantasy, reality is always going to swing around and collect, man, because the man that every woman wants usually has what? Options too. Yes. The man with the game has options, and when a woman wants a man, she knows that I got to do better to get this guy. And that's what I'm saying, and that's why a man, he doesn't rush for commitment and things like that. He doesn't sit around here, just because a woman wants to mess with him, he decided. No, man, it doesn't work that way. Guys, there are going to be women that's going to say, look, there are going to be women that's going to say, I want to get with you. I like you. I want to mess with you. Let's do something. You're going to say, eh. And that's what you're going to send out to women that don't even know you. That's the power in which I'm talking about. And it's the same thing. It's the same system out here that made women feel powerful, but it also trained guys at the same time to be selective, and we don't need to do that. And you see, in that $150,000 thing that I saw in the market is just man, it's crazy. That's how this just shows how desperate women are to actually find a man, but sometimes they're just desperate for sometimes control. And see, when a woman is paying six figures just to get access to a good man, that tells you something. It tells you that a man with discipline, a man that has dick control and a standard, is something that is actually going to be rare. And rare things, gentlemen, exclusivity increases value in the eyes of a woman. But value only matters if you know how to carry it, because if you become rare and you learn who you are and you don't have to feel that you've got to prove yourself to women, everything begins to change at that point. So let's go talk about some of the 3 mistakes that men kind of make sometimes when she comes back. The first mistake that a lot of guys make back when she comes back, man, when a woman comes back to you, the problem is a lot of young men give that woman the old version of themselves. They turn back to what they think they should be to get the relationship back with the woman, and that's not the game. You reply instantly. You clear your schedule. You start acting excited. You give her the same access in which was the reason why she left you in the first place. And I know a lot of you guys are saying to yourself, yes, she sees my value, but no, she does not see your value. She's just checking to see if the door is still open, the door in which she has the ultimate control over you. And you seem to tell her that, guess what, I haven't changed, I'm still the same guy. And this is why a lot of guys, when women do come back, they just leave just as fast as they came. And a lot of guys like, I don't understand. Second mistake that they make, gentlemen, is they lower their standards, man. This is the one that's really, really dangerous, because it feels like being unforgiving, but a lot of men confuse forgiveness with self-abandonment. You see, the thing is, gentlemen, as I try to explain to you guys out here, you can forgive somebody, right? But still not give them a position in your life. You can give them an opportunity and chance. But what have they done to earn the spot in which they were in, or the one you gave them before? And that's something that y'all guys got to think about when it comes to this game. So if you drop those boundaries just to keep her, your standards are not declarations. Your standards are not something you use to impress her. When you have the game, the standards that you have, one thought, one mind away. It's a standard I've always have with women. And it's a standard I will always keep with women. Is this simple. My standards are who I am. But it's a standard and a piece of me that says, look, do you deserve access into my life? And if a woman cannot meet my standards, she doesn't get a seat. That's simple. She doesn't even get entrance into the kingdom. That's simple. The third mistake a lot of guys do is they actually give the woman their power back, and this is a mistake. And this is where a guy starts to over-explain himself. He starts to try to prove how much he has changed. He starts asking questions like, where do we stand? Or what were you doing when you were gone? And did you miss me? Did you think about me? He turns a reunion back into, unfortunately, an audition. And once you audition for a woman who already had access to you and you fumbled it, you are always going to lose your position, gentlemen. And I need you to hear this clearly. You are not trying out for your own life. When you're talking to her, you're evaluating whether she belongs back into your life and into your world. That's the square that you have to sit on. That's the mentality, and that's the mindset you should have. And that's the difference between a man who gets played again and again and again, and a man that actually has that standard, guys. That's what's so cold about the game. This is not, I'm not saying being cold because you're emotional or anything like that. The real power is staying steady Eddie, gentlemen. The power is being respectful to the woman. I don't, if a woman comes back, I'm not going to throw in her face, why did you leave me? Why did you go? And I'm afraid that if I give you a chance, you're going to do this again and all this other stuff. No, man. I burned the bridges. I burned the ships. I let all that go. So I'm not necessarily tripping on what's going to happen between us. What I'm actually doing is saying to myself that, all right, well, you coming back? Let's see what happens. Let's see what's up. I'm not asking anything of you at all. I'm just seeing how things move. And that's the energy I'm going to see. And that leads to the next move, okay? That's why, gentlemen, in the game, this is why it's so important to let her actions speak, okay? I miss you is not enough. I've been thinking about you is not enough. I made a mistake is not enough. Those words, yes, they might be real. Yes, she may miss me. Yes, she may think about me. Yes, she was, but that's not about it. But I need consistency. That's what I need, consistency. The question I'm asking through the actions and effort, is she making the effort? Remember, action is truth. Effort is everything. Is she making the effort? And that's all I want you to get. Is she respecting your time? Is she showing up differently? Is she honest about what happened? Is she patient enough to work her way up, or is she just lonely and bored and checking to see if you're still emotionally available? And this is where a lot of guys go wrong, man. You have to decide who you are. You have to decide the pace. You have to decide how much access she gets. You have to decide all these things, because this is not about value, or not value, but revenge. This is about saying, okay, look, this is who I am. I thought I made a wrong turn. This is who I am. This is what I am. And if you want to be a part of this, what are you showing me that's going to show me that you deserve access to me? What are you showing me? Because if you're looking to seek revenge from that woman, I don't want you to seek revenge. Because revenge means that you are still emotionally tied to the mother wound, or you're tied to the thing that hurt you. Do not go for revenge. That's what fucks them up. Because they think that, you know, when I cut them off and shit, they can't come back. They come back, but I'm not planning any revenge. I'm not planning on hurting her, because I've already hurt her because of the weight of not being able to talk to me and spend time with me. She's already gone through that prison sentence and stuff like that, so I don't need to hurt her anymore. I just need to keep things 1,000. This is not about revenge, gentlemen. I just want to make sure that we understand that, because sometimes the most powerful move that you could have, gentlemen, is walking away. Not with anger, not with a speech, not with a paragraph, just a clean cut. Just cut it. And if she comes back, she's going to grow. And sometimes they don't grow, but they realize that, look, I see I can't with you. I didn't say she's going to change for everybody, so do not expect a woman to change for the world. Expect her to change for you. That's it. Or if you don't have the game, sometimes they're going to come back because her other options didn't work out. But see, you should be able to know the difference. Because once you start to learn the game, you're going to stop actually lying to yourself. And when you stop lying to yourself, you're going to start to understand, man, that women operate totally different under the construct because they've never been around a man. A man who stands on his square when she comes back is a man that she will respect for the rest of her life. Because if she ends up with him or not, the respect will always be built on free will. I'm never going to ask you to come back to me because that is manipulating you. I'm never going to ask you to give me a second chance because that is manipulating you. I just ask that I hope that you find, or not ask, but let you know, I hope you find what you're looking for, because I'm not the right guy for you. That's how you got to spin that shit. You are the right guy. You just tell them that you're not the right guy. I'm just not the right guy for you. You deserve something better than me. Why would you want to be with a guy like me for, right? Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing when you start to learn and lace yourself up with this game, man. That's what works, and that's what changes everything up. It changes up everything in the game because women are just not used to that kind of man talking that way. And all the things that she's going to think about and feel are actually going to change at the end of the day, but you got to know who you are. Then she comes back into your life, okay? And you do not know how to handle it. Do not guess. Because if you guess, guessing is how men repeat old mistakes. And this is why for a lot of you guys, you need the help. This is why you need to get the one-on-one coaching. This is why you need to become a student of the game. This is how we got to get y'all, man. Look, man, we need y'all to lock in to who you are. And the more you lock into who you are, the more she's going to lock into you. Guys, it's the end of our video, but not the end of our discussion, man. If you're ready to get the band, the tap game, and learn the formula, if you're in the States, get the band, pay for it, go to the Man Mindset. If you're out of the States, you can buy the formula. And if you want to do that, that's cool. But gentlemen, if you're ready to become a student of the game, just get your pathway. Y'all just send an email. I will send you the PDF file. Matter of fact, I'm going to change the pathway, and I'm about to add some new things to the pathway. I'm going to add the 3 connections. I will be adding that pretty soon. And not only the 3 connections, I also will be adding the light bid for you individuals out here, so you guys can actually learn how to talk to women like a man does in the game. And then outside of that, once we get that in and we get that locked in, gentlemen, which is going to make the game much colder, is that, remember, guys, if you're not ready for that, keep soaking into the videos. We got videos, YouTube shorts. We go live. We do everything we can to put you in a prime position to soak this game up. And gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, and I enjoyed this, I enjoy spending time with you. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more, man, what I would suggest you do is see that link right there. It's that right there. Watch that video right there. That video is going to help you out, man. Guys, I look forward to talking to y'all soon, man. Drop a comment and let me know what you think, man. Soak up this game. Put 100 in the comment, man. Let's get it, man. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.